Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Biomutant, where we go on where we actually have left off the last time. What a blast. I'm really having fun. This point is always great. This is what I absolutely love about new games, you know, or if you play new games, that especially the first time everything is new and much fun.
Toxanol built vessels called arcs to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single arc they left behind that we know other arcs traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
You found a puzzle. They are scattered around the world. Some open new paths while other feature different rewards. To switch the node is okay. To rotate the node. This is the number of rotations you have left. The higher your intellect, the more moves you have. Each node has a certain position it must be rotated into to complete the puzzle. Running out of moves before that may have consequences.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Ah, okay. Damn it. Ah, okay. Damn it. I thought that we actually...
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Alright, okay. So, the little mistake I did there, I thought I didn't think about the rotations remaining. I don't know how many or how often we are gonna see them movies and if I'm gonna find them all. But if I see them, I probably...
Spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt.
If I see them, I'll try to, so to say...
It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
I will interact with them, right?
Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go.
Okay, that's what I already read in... I didn't read many videos, I just flew over them. But the puzzles, that's what I read, are not that hard. Perfectly countering an enemy attack will stun them. A stunned enemy has stars circling above their head, and after hitting the enemy again, you can launch it up to the air by pressing L1.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
So what I wonder, I mean, we are the Psychic, right? But I wonder here if we are actually gonna do... It seems to be that the close combat attacks are obviously, since we are an intellect character, right? Not to be the most powerful ones. So I wonder how that is actually gonna unfold over the storyline. So there doesn't seem to be friendly fire, which is good. And I cannot wait to find a second, once we have skilled it, a second pistol to use as dual wield.
Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
First of all, I would like to loot. So there is, what I know, there is crafting, but I don't know how much we are gonna make use of it, sadly enough. Okay, I'm gonna still... Okay, damn it, so it's not yet unlocked to climb up there. Alright, that's good, because we are in the story part, right? A new friend, an old friend. Okay, he here is obviously sleeping, but he has a nice weapon.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
The scar?
It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it? But he would have recognized you anyways. You look exactly like your Muma. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Looper Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. After the old village was destroyed and you disappeared, a struggle between the families erupted, and over time, the disciples turned against each other. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
By default, dialogues are set to advance from one NPC line to the next automatically. If you want to manually advance the dialogue, you can change this setting. Yeah, I know. Way back in the long ago. I do like the naming there with the long ago. We cannot fight yet, but I do like the Asian style, the Asian style here. Oh.
Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Mooma's love. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or NONO, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. Magic? He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy, powering and connecting all things living, like the NONO. The NONO prefer to hide in glittergrass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
We can at least try. But I don't think we are... We will try it out. And we will make it obviously, since this is a main quest. Okay, at least we are going the right way, and I have to say, oh man, I love how the game looks. Beautiful. But what else do you expect of Unreal Engine 4, right?
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The NONO's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the NONO as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the NONO, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The NONO are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of NONO out there that need to be guided to the roots of the Pensai tree. Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come, so countless, he'd say. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
Alright, merge the NONO with the tree. That is actually the last thing we are gonna try out in today's episode. And then we'll go on. So far my impressions are actually quite nice. I'm still intrigued, but oftentimes, depending on how long you play the game obviously, and how the story unfolds and drags you of course into it, that obviously can change.
Now that you've seen the NONO's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Mooma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majute, and the Goo Glide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Alright, there we have it again. And that, you guys, it was a little longer than usual episode, but well. Fate of the World is the new main quest. We need to get out Debunker 101, but that we are gonna do in the next episode. It's actually quite nice that we did have some background information, although I understand that some people might have problems with the way the story is being told, since the animals are speaking, you know, a fantasy language, and it is just, we have the speaker there. But right now, I like it. Anime, you look the same way, right? Or mangas? Anyway. Anyways, guys, that brings us to the end. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and hopefully If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell, and hopefully I see ya in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day. Stay frosty.